Hello and welcome to Millie White Cooks. In my quick and easy step-by-step video, I'll show you how to make this healthier Nutella recipe. My homemade Nutella recipe makes a gorgeously decadent chocolate hazelnut spread that I think tastes even better than the original. Did you know that the two biggest ingredients in shop-bought Nutella are not hazelnuts and cocoa as you would think, but rather sugar followed by palm oil? That's certainly not the case in mine. It's packed full of roasted hazelnuts combined with great quality cocoa and chocolate. It has significantly less sugar and completely leaves out the palm oil, along with the artificial vanilla and milk powder which are also found in the original. This means my easy Nutella recipe is dairy-free and vegan too, as well as being naturally gluten-free. We'll start by taking a quick look at the ingredients list, which as always I'll give in both metric and American measurements. You'll need 150 grams or 1 1/4 cups of unblanched hazelnuts, 15 grams or 3 tablespoons of good quality cocoa powder, and in America this should be a Dutch process type. Now this is a special ingredient. It's a baking blend of brown sugar and stevia, the natural plant sweetener, and I'm going to use just 21 grams, which is equivalent to 1 1/2 packed tablespoons. And I'll pop some links to these in the description box below if you're unfamiliar with this blend, so that you'll know what to look out for. However, if you don't want to add any refined sugar to your spread, you could use 3 1/2 tablespoons of maple syrup instead. This is 40 grams or a scant 1 1/2 ounces of 70% cocoa dark chocolate, and I always cook with fair trade chocolate and cocoa that's also suitable for vegans. I'm going to use the seeds from this Madagascan vanilla pod, but you could use half a teaspoon of vanilla extract instead. And finally 2 teaspoons of oil. I'm using a nutty walnut oil, but sunflower or rapeseed oil would be fine as well. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for lots more step-by-step recipes. Now let's get cooking. I've preheated this roasting dish in my oven, which is set to 170 degrees Celsius fan, 375 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 5. Add the hazelnuts and pop these into the oven to roast. Check them after 5 minutes, but they may take 7 to 8 minutes in total to turn a lovely golden brown. Whilst your nuts are roasting, pop the brown sugar and stevia blend into a blender or food processor and whiz into a fine powdered sugar. This step helps make sure your spread is lovely and smooth with no grainy texture, and it doesn't create any more washing up as you just use the same container to whiz up the nuts a little later. Once ground up, set the powdered sugar aside. Next, melt the chocolate. I have a little tip here too. If you also whiz up the chocolate pieces until finely ground, the chocolate will melt quickly and evenly. However, skip this step if you want to and just melt the chocolate in a heat-proof bowl in either the microwave or over a pan of hot water. Set the melted chocolate aside too. Now the nuts are lovely and roasted, and I'm just going to tip them into a clean kitchen cloth and use this to rub them quite vigorously to remove the skins like this. Pick out the nuts that are clean of their skins and just repeat. Transfer the skin nuts into your blender or food processor and start to grind them down until they are a smooth and creamy paste like this. Dependent on your blender or processor, it may take several minutes to get to this stage. In my new Ninja blender, it's taken about 4 minutes, but with my old food processor, it would have taken closer to 20. So now I'm going to add the cocoa powder, the brown sugar, the oil, the slightly cooled melted chocolate, and the seeds scraped from the split vanilla pod or the vanilla extract if you were using that instead. Whiz everything together for a minute or so until it's really well combined. The spread will be quite liquid at the moment due to the warmth of the melted chocolate, so you can easily pour it from the blender into a clean sterilised jar. Make sure you use a spatula to scrape out every last drop. I so wish we had smell-o-vision at this point, as this smells unbelievably good, toasty, nutty and chocolatey. Now I've displayed masterful self-control and allowed the spread to firm up in the fridge for 30 minutes or so, but now I've got a hot cup of tea a freshly toasted pikelet, and a knife full of my homemade chocolate hazelnut spread. Oh my goodness. This is my idea of heaven, and if you make this, you'll understand. What's your favourite way to eat this chocolatey, nutty ambrosia? Let me know in the comments below. So I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have. Perhaps you'll also want to watch more of my cooking videos next, like these ones here. You can find plenty more of my recipes in the range of cookbooks that I've written. These are available as paperbacks or Kindle books from Amazon, or as ebooks from iBooks, Nook or Kobo. Links are in the description box below. Please do let me know if you make this, or if you'd like to see a video of any other of my recipes. Thank you so much for your company, and bye for now.